emphasize here is the relevance of the text. The text, the same verses, could have been read at the time of the Prophet ﷺ, and today, even if our conception of the universe is different, sometimes totally different, it still makes sense. You can still relate to the verses. Subhanallah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh. Third chapter, third section, I'm talking about how the Qur'an remains scientifically relevant today. So I went through different examples, and through these various examples, one can see that the Qur'an does not need to come into direct conflict with current modern scientific conceptions of the universe. Indeed, one can appreciate that the Qur'an often coincides with our current scientific knowledge, even in the linguistic nuances of the words used. Subhanallah. I specify here often because there are certain Quranic descriptions that differ from modern conceptions. But it's mostly they differ from a philosophical point of view rather than from a scientific point of view. For example, when the Qur'an describes the succession between night and day, oftentimes it describes the night as entering the day as entering the night, as if night and day were two entities. In current modern discourse, the day is light from the sun, and the night is the absence of light, even the shadow. So it's either light, no light. It's not two physical entities, but we still have this metaphorical perception that the night envelopes, that the day pierces through the night, as if there were entities. So metaphorically it still makes sense. So similarly, whenever the Qur'an makes broad descriptions, such as the age of the universe or the description of the heavens as being maintained by invisible pillars, the text allows for interpretative margin that makes it compatible with our current scientific knowledge. Indeed, the age of the universe today is set at several thousands, millions of years. Today, these pillars are understood as corresponding to gravitational forces, the forces that governs celestial bodies in their orbits. It is therefore all the more interesting to read the Qur'an in light of modern science, not so much to prove that specific modern scientific theories were already talked about 1400 years ago, no, but to appreciate the scientific relevance of a text that was revealed 1400 years ago. Subhanallah. So what I emphasize here is the relevance of the text. The text, the same verses, could have been read at the time of the Prophet ﷺ, and it made sense. It can be read today, and it makes sense still, even if our conception of the universe is different, sometimes totally different. It still makes sense. You can still relate to the verses. Subhanallah. The fact that the Qur'an is relevant, again, across the ages, through these scientific revolutions, I see this as the miracle of the Qur'an. That relevance, that eternal relevance, subhanallah. I see the beauty in it. Now the question that should come to mind is, what about the theory of evolution? I'll keep it for later, inshallah. I'll keep it in the appendix. I'll discuss it more in depth at the end of the book. But through the Burhan Institute, I'm starting a project to map out the current Muslim scholarly position on the theory of evolution. And we have pro-evolutionists, you have more traditional scholars that will refute the theory of evolution, some would accept part of it. And through that plurality of positions, I see the possibility of choice. You have the choice. It's up to you to value one argument against another. But again, stay in touch with the Institute, subscribe. وجزاك الله خيرا. والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.